Live chat is on. I'm the type to come up without a warrant. You gotta catch me. Check filter. Okay. Hi. What is up? Okay, so it does look like my live chat is on. If it turns off, somebody let me know. So this little thing up here where it says how many people are in here doesn't update until like 15 minutes, or 15 seconds after someone joins. So it'll say 0 people, and then people will be talking in the chat. I'm like, is there really 0 people? I don't think so. Okay, I don't even know how this is working now. It goes back and forth between working and not working, so hopefully this is good. All right, what chapter? We're not going to start right away. I just got to wait 1 more minute. 8:43. All right, we're on chapter 14. I'm trying to decide if we should read to chapter 16. Probably 14. Yeah, chapter 14 is 2 pages, so safe to say. Okay. All right, it is 8:42. Let me find front page. Okay. Wait till 8:43 and then we're gonna start. It is page 73. 73. So yeah. 73, chapter 14. And I think we're gonna read to chapter 16. Okay, it's 8:43. Okay, last time we left off, they were just coming back from the jail where Nia went and got them out of the jail. They talked to Armela in the barn. Hi. So they're just walking back inside, and Janner was saying sorry and that he loves his mom. And then she was like, it's okay, you did good. Now they're walking back in. Chapter 14, Secrets and Cheesy Chatter. Janner joined Lily and Tink at the table to gobble down the cheesy chowder. After the day he'd had, this seemed to be the finest meal he had ever eaten. A vat of steaming soup filled the kitchen with a rich, buttery smell, and a fresh loaf of butterbread had been sliced and set on the table. Jenner got up to refill his bowl. Tink had already eaten 3, and heard a snippet of conversation between Nia and Poto in the next room. What in the name of smelly seaweed and sour salad happened to the biddies? Poto demanded, pounding his club on the pink floor. Well, Papa, that granddaughter of yours wandered off. I told you I didn't feel good about letting them go into town alone. Janner and Tink didn't even notice she was gone. What? If I've told that boy once, I've told him a jabillion times. He's to watch over them. Hush now, Papa. They're safe. That's what matters now. I know, it sounds so good. A long pause. Janner's cheeks burned with shame. Aye, he's just a lad yet. I shouldn't have let him into town alone, and not on a day like this. Then what happened? Lena tried to protect Nugget from a fang. She kicked it. The dog? The fang. She did? My little warrior lass had the sweet pluck to round on a fang? Janner couldn't see Poto, but he knew he was smiling proudly with his bushy eyebrows raised. He also knew his mother's expression would be disapproving. Within seconds, Poto cleared his throat and said gravely, She did, eh? Reckless child. Ought to have known better. And the boys tried to save her, Nia said. Aha! Poto thundered, and Janner grinned. Poto cleared his throat again and said in a loud whisper, I knew those lads had a fire in their bellies. 2 were fighters against the fangs of Dang. I tell ye, they've got their old Poto's growling girth in them. If their father could see them now. Janner stopped smiling, as Poto stopped short. A heavy silence divided them all. Sorry, lass, Poto said after a moment. He was suddenly tender in a way that surprised Janner. I know, Lily. Go on, Poto urged Nia. What happened after that? Nia took a deep breath. I'm not sure, but I think I have a guess. The kid said someone threw 2 rocks that knocked the fangs flat. They didn't see where the rocks came from. Then they ran to find us. It wasn't until after the dragon sing that they were caught and taken to the jail. Again, neither spoke for a moment. Poto broke his silence. Well, grab my gizzard, honey. Do you think it was him? Poto's voice had suddenly lowered, and Janner heard his own heart quicken. Does she think it was who? He wondered as he eased away from the stove and pressed his ear to the door. I don't know, Nia said, but it certainly sounds like something he'd do. There was another long pause. Whoever it was, I'm thankful the children are alive. Jenner could tell by his mother's tone that the discussion was over. Jenner, have some more Trevor. Tink mouthed from the table. Huh? Jenner said, turning around a little too quickly. Tink swallowed his mouthful of food and belched loudly. Get me some more chatter, eh? Since you're up. Deep in thought, Janner filled Tink's bowl and sat back down at the table. Lily was feeding Nugget bits of food, and Tink was oblivious to anything but the steaming bowl of soup in front of him. Janner thought back over every detail that afternoon, and he couldn't think of one clue as to who could have thrown the rocks. Wait, is my chat still on? Probably. The alley was deep enough that whoever threw them had to be an excellent shot. Only 2 rocks thrown, and they hit their marks perfectly. And they came and they came at the very last second. How could that be? And how was it that Poto and his mother had a guess as to who the mysterious rock thrower was? Suddenly, with a crash and a pirate's growl, Poto burst into the room. What's this I hear about brave little renegades terrorizing the tar out of those local lizards? He roared. Poto hobbled over to Lily and swept her up over his shoulder with one of his giant tattooed arms as she squealed and pounded playfully on his back. Now get in here, lads and lasses, and tell me a tale that'll make me quiver in me boots. Poto kicked open the door with his wooden stump and carried Lily out of the kitchen like a kidnapped maiden. Oh yeah, this is the first book. Right now we're on page 75, chapter 14. Chapter 14. Janner and Tink smiled at one another and pushed her away from the table, Tink with a mouthful of butter bread and Janner with a head full of questions. Yeah. Chapter 15. 2 Dreams and a Nightmare. That night, after telling the story to Poto 4 times, the children slept. Tink dreamed of sea dragons and pie, Lily dreamed of sea dragons and dogs, and Janner dreamed of sea dragons and his father. Janner had one of the nightmares he often had about his father, and all he could ever remember in the morning was a boat and fire. There was another dream, one in which he could almost make out his father's face, a dream full of golden light and green fields. That bright dream filled him with the same feeling as Armelin's song had the night before, feelings that somehow hurt and felt good all at the same time. But this night he had tossed in his bed with the heat of the dream fire surrounding him, roaring in his ears. When Janner woke, he was sweating, but birds were chirping and the golden light of dawn eased through the windows. It felt as though the previous day's events were part of his nightmare, and the world of his warm bed and the sturdy old cottage so full of life was the only real one. The fangs seemed about as dangerous as weed snakes. Janner stretched and sat on the edge of his bed. Happy beams of sunlight landed on the floor and scattered the shadows. Leaning against Lily's bed was a freshly made little crutch that Poto must have spent most of the night on. Carved into the crosspiece in small, neat letters was the inscription, Lily Igby, Lizard Kicker. Janner could hear the clatter of Nia preparing breakfast in the kitchen, humming in muffled tones. He smiled to himself, stretched, and ambled into the main room, where he lay down on the cushioned couch, yawning while he scratched his head. He was staring up at the timbers in the ceiling, letting the fresh fire in the hearth warm him, when he heard the familiar tap, clunk, tap, clunk of Poto approaching the front of the cottage. Janner heard him grumbling to himself even before the door opened. Rotten, stinking rodents teach you to touch my toe-taters. Lucky you've only got one leg, you worm-eating, ankle-biting. Janner peeked over the back of the couch to see Poto hobbling through the door with a sack full of vegetables over his shoulder, his boot and the bottom of his peg leg wet with dew. The grumbling resumed as Poto made his way through the kitchen door. Janner was barely able to keep from snorting with laughter. When the door swung shut, the smell of cooked eggs and bacon drifted into the room, and Janner's stomach rumbled. Just as he got up from the couch, he heard the thump of Tink dropping down from his bunk, right on cue with the arrival of breakfast. Tink is just, obsessed with food, so he's kind of relatable. When Janner entered the kitchen, his mouth was watering. On the table sat 3 plates of hot food. His mother smiled at him from the stove where she was frying more eggs and bacon. Good morning, jailbird, she said. The back door was ajar, and Poto was already bounding through the field towards the garden, bellowing something indecipherable. Janner sat down at the table and dug into his food, just as Tink bumbled through the kitchen door and headed straight for his chair. Nia pecked them both on the cheek. Lily coming? She asked. Tink nodded with a mouthful of bacon. Lily came through the door and stretched so taut that her nightgown came up to her shins. Nugget trotted past her to nose his way out the back door, eager to assist Poto in wrathful pursuit of the thwaps. Lily greeted her brothers with a light backhand on each of their shoulders as she scooted past with the lizard kicker crutch from Poto. Tink and Janner grunted, their mouths full of bacon. I see you have a new crutch, dear, Nia said. Janner and Tink took sudden interest in their sister and complimented her between gulps of milk. The three of you slept late, so eat quickly and get dressed. The Dragon Day festival is over and life goes back to normal today, Nia said, placing a plate of food in front of Lily. Your chores and studies are waiting. Janner thought that his mother looked tired, which was odd since he always had the feeling that she'd been awake for hours before he stumbled in for breakfast. I know, they're so cute. Ooh, there's something in her eyes. Was it worry? She seemed to move a little slower, but when she put 2 more slices of hot bacon on his plate and tousled his hair, he decided it was probably his imagination. For as long as they could remember, Nia had taught the children what she called fags. 3 honored and great subjects: word, form, and song. Some silly people believe that there's a 4th honored and great subject, but those mathematicians are woefully mistaken. Tink spent his time painting and drawing. Lily learned to sing and to play her whistle harp. Tink had asked his mother once what was so traditional about learning fags, when not one other child in Glibwood was forced to spend hours upon hours drawing the same tree over and over and over from different angles. You're an Igby, she said, as if that answered the question. No other boy in Glipwood had to read as many old books or write as many pages as Janner, and no other girl in town knew how to play an instrument. All 3 of the children had some proficiency in each of the thags, but spent the vast majority of their time perfecting only one. Janner remembered with a stab of panic that later that day he and Tink were supposed to help Oscar and Retief in the bookstore, which was right across the street from the jail. What if Commander Norm saw him and changed his mind? He might send for the black carriage after all. What if Slarb attacked again? Then he thought about books and crannies, about all the stories on all the shelves in the store, and the warm thrill of being there. I hate math, and of course it's mathematicians who think there's a 4th honored and great subject. Janner swallowed the last of his breakfast. Mr. Retief asked me and Tink to help him with a big shipment today. Is it all right to go into town? Nia took her time flipping the eggs and bacon in the frying pan while they waited for an answer. Not really, no. It's not all right. It's never safe for you to go into town, especially after what happened yesterday. Janner's shoulders slumped. But we can't live in fear, Nia said. We won't live in fear. She turned and looked hard at her boys, wiping her hands on her apron. Just be careful and stay clear of that awful slurp. Slarb, Tink said. And don't forget to return the books you borrowed, Janner. You finished them, haven't you? Nia asked. Yes, ma'am. What did you think? I read in the Age of the Kindly Flabbits. It was okay. The other one was better, Janner said, clearing his dishes from the table. He had devoured a second book, one about dragons that actually flew, in battles and a band of companions. It was full of high adventure. And Janner was sad when it ended, mainly because his life in Glipwood was so uneventful by comparison. Nia turned back to the stove. Your father loved that story. Janner smiled at the thought of his father, whoever he was, enjoying the same book. With great commotion, Poto clunked back up the back door. Literally. Hi. Oh, my voice just cracked so much. Oh my gosh. Hi. We're on page 80 of this one. So we're almost done with chapter 15. Where did I leave off? He was out of breath, holding 2 furry thwaps in an outstretched fist for the world to see. 2, he roared, and thrust the thwaps into the same sack he had used the previous morning. The old man bent over Nugget and rubbed his head fiercely, then stepped aside. No fear, ladies. I'll not toss him over the cliffs, he said with a wink at Janner. When Poto saw Lily, his face lit up as it always did. There's my little lizard kicker, Lily the brave. He squeezed the back of Tink's neck. And you, Tink the quick, who dove into the fray, weaponless, and wrestled the lady from the snake man. Now, where? He searched the room for Janner, who was standing by the kitchen door, unaware of the grin on his own face. Aw. Ah, Janner the strong, backbreaker who leapt onto the fang like a toothy cow and lived to tell the tale. Oh, Papa, stop it, Nia said, filling Poto's plate. Now, children, go on and get dressed, Nia said, waving them off and setting Poto's hot breakfast on the table. While the smiling children filed out of the kitchen, he growled with a twinkle in his eye and swept Nia into the air and over his shoulder. The last thing Janner saw as he exited the room was his mother's demanding to be placed back down this instant. After feeding Danny the cart horse and the hog pig, the boys had to help Poto collect fertilizer, compliments of the hog pig, and spread it over the summer garden for food that would eventually be eaten by them all, including the hog pig. This set Janner thinking of all kinds of thoughts about life, death, and fertilizer. Lily stayed inside with Nia, preparing food, stitching a tear in a pair of Pota's breeches, and cleaning the ashes out of the fireplace. When she was finished, she sat in the front room, practicing a new song on her whistle harp, and memorizing the words to the holiday classic, Round the Gumpkin Danced the Meep. They each went about their chores with gladness, even Tink and Janner when they shoveled the hog pig droppings into the wheelbarrow. It was hard to complain when the sun was warm, their bellies were full, not to mention the fact that they had escaped death and torture 3 times the day before. But if Janner had been watching closely that morning, he would have seen how often his mother peeked out the window towards the town, and he might have noticed the troubled look in her eyes. If Janner had thought about it, he might have wondered why Poto had stayed so close to the boys all morning, and why his trusty club remained at his side. You know, we'll read chapter 17, actually. Oh, chapter 16. Chapter 16, Books and Crannies. Janner, Tink, and Poto walked to town after their lunch of apples and butterbread. Poto had insisted on accompanying them, which made Janner and Tink feel safer. The closer they got to Main Street, the more anxious they were about being seen by Slarb or Norm or any of the Fangs they had been so unfortunate to have met the night before. Glipwood was eerily quiet now that so many visitors had packed up their belongings and left town for another long. Oh, sorry, I lost my place. For another long, sad year in fang-infested Scree. Jaybird's lanky form could be seen inside his barber shop, sweeping Ferinia's, I can't ever say her name, sweeping Ferinia's flower shop had a closed sign in the window. The only inn's windows and doors were wide open, and Poto waved at Mr. and Mrs. Schuster, the proprietors, busy changing the bedding and shaking out the rugs. Shaggy sat snoring on a bench outside his tavern. Without turning his head, Janner stole a glance at the jail. Commander Norm, to his relief, was dozing in his rocking chair on the jail stoop, his pudgy greenish hands folded across his chest. The rings on his fingers glimmered, even in the shade. Janner pulled his eyes away and moved a step closer to Poto. "You lads run along to Oscar's," said Poto. "I'll be watching over you from the tavern. I feel the need to wake up old Shaggy and wet my whistle." Janner started to protest, but caught himself. While he didn't want to spend even a minute alone so close to the jail, he also wanted Poto to know that he could be brave and responsible. "Yes, sir," he said, straightening his back to his full height. "Come on, Tink." The brothers moved carefully past the jail to Books and Crannies, where Zuzab was perched like a vulture at the apex of the roof, his patchwork shirt waving like a flag in the breeze. Janner waved to the Ridge Runner. "And hello to the Igby men," said Zuzab. His voice was soft and delicate. "I trust your time at the festival was pleasurable?" Janner was surprised that Zuzab didn't seem to know about their near-death experience the night before. "Yes," he replied, "it was an eventful day. Is Miss..." I don't like Zuzab. He's annoying. "Is Mr. Ratip inside?" Tink asked. "Inside, yes. Many are the boxes that arrived by wagon not an hour ago. Many new books for you to read, Janner Igby." Zuzab was courteous, but Janner felt like there was far more going on behind his little eyes than his mouth ever spoke. Zuzab said no more and watched them enter the bookstore. Books and Crannies was a place of wonder. Rows upon rows of books, many of them tattered, charred, and ancient-looking, filled every shelf and corner nearly all the way to the high ceiling. Tall books, skinny books, books about daggerfish, books about the lineage of the kings of Scree, books about the rise and fall of the use of sugarberries in cake, books of legends about Anira, books about other books, all organized according to subject in a maze of shelves. Books and Crannies was a place. Oh, I already read that. Where am I? But it wasn't just books. Rolls of maps and odds and ends and surprising surprises were lying here and there among the many volumes in plain sight, but easy to miss in all the clutter. No matter how many times Janner had been inside Oscar's store, he still managed to get lost at least once before he made it to the office at the back of the building. When the door clicked shut behind them, Janner smiled and took in a deep breath. He loved the musty smell of the place. Tink had only visited a few brief times, so his eyes shot back and forth, trying to take in all there was to see. As they made their way towards the back of the store, they saw a wooden bowl full of dusty old spectacles. Beside the spectacles was a tiny beaked skull with three eye sockets. Look, Tink whispered. I know, books and crannies literally sounds amazing. Janner smiled, enjoying Tink's excitement. On another shelf was a jar of dead, bright orange insects. Ew. And on yet another was a miniature wooden castle with a mouse watching them from the spire window. Janner came to a dead end and stopped in front of a shelf labeled Books about blacksmithing and or pie. And Tink, so focused on trying to read the spine of every book he passed, collided with him. Jenner's feet got tangled in themselves, and he pitched forward. He tumbled to the floor, knocking over a fat green candle from the shelf. Glaring at Tink, Jenner picked up the oily greenish candle and set it back in place. A handwritten label on the candle said, Snot Wax. Jenner retched, wiping his hand on the front of his tunic. Snot wax is too repulsive a thing about which to write a proper footnote. Some of these footnotes are so unnecessary, and I love it so much. Like, you'll just be reading, and it'll be like, there's like a footnote at the bottom. We don't know what to write for this footnote. Hey, who's there? Came a muffled voice from somewhere nearby. Oh, hi. Suddenly, several books on the shelf to their right slid backwards and vanished, replaced by Oscar's spectacled face peering at them from the other side. Ah, Janner, Tink, I didn't hear you come in, he said with a smile. There's a lot of work to be done, so no dilly-dallying. Time for browsing later. Follow me. The book slid back into place, and Oscar's footsteps thumped towards the back of the store. After 3 more dead ends, Janner and Tink found the owner of Books and Crannies, pacing the floor of his storeroom with a pipe in his mouth. Now, lads, I'd have thought your poto would have taught you better than to laze about while an old man like me needs your help. What an air we are have you two been doing out there, he said. Okay, that's the picture. I love this picture anyways. Yeah. Okay. I know, like, that would be so fun. I love the little footnotes. They're, like, my favorite part. We took a wrong turn at screen history, Janner said, and then another at pointless poems, and no matter, he said with a wave of his hand. I believe it was the great Chorton who wrote, To worry over dallying brothers is not worth the trouble when a large shipment has just arrived, or something of that effect. Oscar's wide desk was cluttered with stacks of parchment, various kinds of pipes, feather quills, and bottles of ink. A nearly spent candle sputtered on a brass candlestick and lit up ancient-looking map that was unrolled on the center of the desk. Tink moved closer to examine it. Easy, young Igby, Oscar said, scooting behind the desk and turning over the map. Surely your big brothers told you that not everything here is permissible for young eyes. There are mysteries in the world that should remain mysteries for the young. I love the artwork in this book. It's literally like, it's so pretty. Tink flushed, embarrassed that he was already in trouble. Jenner caught his eye and gave him an encouraging wink. Where did all these books come from, sir? Tink asked. Oscar's eyes twinkled as they took in the shop with pride. It was easy to get Oscar to talk about his books. The real question, young Tink, is where didn't these books come from? I traveled all over Scree after the Great War, salvaging what could be salvaged. You wouldn't believe the rubble. Those rotten fangs burned our homes and cities to the ground, but as it always does, the dust settled. As the screens began to unearth a life again, they also unearthed these treasures, books. Only they weren't treasures anymore, not to everyone. I knew that I had to gather them up, preserve them. Hi. Ugh. At the mention of the Great War, Janner's thoughts once again returned to his father. He had never asked Oscar if he had known his father, or if he knew any details about his death. Until recently, the subject was studiously avoided in the Igby cottage. When he had found the picture in his mother's room, it was as if a crack formed in the dam that held back his father's memory. Esben Igby was seeping into Janner's thoughts, and there was no way to seal the leak. Janner wanted to ask Oscar what he might know, but Oscar was busy dusting off piles of books and rambling. Most people were working so hard at rebuilding and adjusting to life with evil snake men breathing down their necks that they didn't have time for books, he muttered. They were given to me or sold for pennies. As the infamous Beasley the Leaf Thief said in his memoir, cheap is almost free, look around you, lads. This is the best of the old Scree, or at least it is what's left of it. Janner and Tink stood in the silence of the study. Suddenly, the piles of books and cluttered shelves were somehow more than that. What Oscar had preserved was the memory of a world that had passed away, as surely as Esben Igby had passed away. Oscar, too, seemed lost in thought about the past. He tenderly cradled a stack of books in his hands. On Dragon Day, he said, the people who visit me come to remember who they were. They always leave sad. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Janner pictured in his mind the face of the people in town with their weak smiles and hollow laughter. Now then, Oscar said, interrupting Janner's thoughts, here's what I need from you two. I'll sit here on the desk and keep record of the books and their categories. Very taxing on the mind, I assure you. And you two unload the crates and stack them where the old Oscar Nosferteep tells you. Just holler out the title and author. Can you handle that? Janner and Tink Janet and Tink's nods halted as Oscar swung open the large double door to reveal a stack of 18 wooden crates of various sizes sitting on the lawn, piled precariously high. Precariously high. On top of the highest crate perched Zuzab, who smiled at the shock on the boys' faces. Well, we have much to do, I'd say. Oscar chuckled as he sat on his desk and lit his pipe. What was it the great poet Shank Poe wrote? Huh? Tink said. Ah, yes, Oscar said with a puff of smoke. Get thee busy. Okay. The next chapter will be The Journal of Bonifer Squoon. Okay, so next we will start on chapter 17. I hate seeing that name, but I love that chapter. So yeah, we're gonna read that chapter next. Okay, so little debrief. I love the chapters. I love the descriptions of books and crannies. It really reminds me of like exactly how I would imagine like a homey old library, and I think it's so sweet. But oh, that's fun. But I really do think that Tink is in the books. I think he's less. Someone help me out. I don't know the word. I want to say less obnoxious. I don't think he's obnoxious in the show, but I think in the books he tries harder to behave than he kind of does in the show, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. He's just, I don't know, like, he's more eager to kind of do. Tink doesn't like being told what to do in any version of any story, but he's kind of more eager to not get in trouble and to kind of be a good, like, be well behaved, I feel like. Thank you. It's from Kendra Scott. I got it for Christmas, but yeah. But yeah, I love both versions of him, but it's just interesting seeing the different dynamics, like rereading the books and, seeing how they change stuff in the show, which can be interesting and sad and happy at times. So yeah, I kind of wish he was a little bit more, he's not obnoxious, but a little less obnoxious in the show than he was. But that's okay. Home means mom. Mom means love. Praise. Oh, okay, I see. You're welcome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to really just trying to finish this book. We are actually already almost halfway through. So, like, if you can see that, we're already almost halfway. So yeah, this book moves incredibly slow, by the way. So if you're like, this book sounds super boring, I don't think this book is boring. I just think compared to the other books, if you don't like slow moving books, I promise the other books do not move as slow as this. I think the purpose of book one is to cover all the characters, all the backstories, all the mystery, and put it in one book. So it's basically just, it's like someone threw up backstory onto the page. Like it's literally just how everything started. And I think things really start kicking off and going in book two. You know, the fastest moving book, I want to say, it might be book two. Book two or book four are definitely the fastest moving. I do like the slow beginning too. I think that the slow beginning kind of helps you really realize what's going on because the series is so complicated that I think you really need that slow, like you kind of need like a slow beginning to kind of get you introduced to everything because if you don't kind of take your time with the first book and like debriefing it and understanding what's happening, when you start reading the other books, you're going to be so lost. Like, I promise, like, you want to really debrief and get everything out of the first book that you can, because this is what's gonna jumpstart everything. I mean, we have so much foreshadowing in this book. It's absolutely insane. Like, I've always said, if you didn't like the first book when you first read it, read all the other books and read the first book again, because I guarantee you're gonna catch a bajillion, like, in like you're gonna catch a bajillion little Easter eggs, the foreshadowings, the little things that happen, and you're like, wait a second, that's a reference to book four. Wait a second, that's a reference to Anira. Like, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh. And I want to find one of my favorite foreshadowings, or not even just foreshadowing, but it's literally, oh, I gotta find it. Okay. So when it's after the Sea Dragon song. Oh my gosh. I want to find this certain place. Oh yeah, here it is. Well, if you already in my live, I already read about this and talked about this, but it's when Armelin comes up to the Igabys as Nia's leading them away from the jail. And I really wish this was kept in here. So many things. I'm like, keep that in the show, because they keep taking out like little foreshadowing parts that kind of give hints to the other books. So like this one where Lily's talking to Armelin and he's like, "What's your name?" And she says, "My name's Lily." And his smile fades and he leans in a little closer to better see her face. And then he looks up at Nia and he says, "Who might you be?" Like, he literally recognizes the name. And she says, and then Nia says, "Our name is Igaby." And she stepped quickly to Lily and pulled her away. "We wish you a good evening," and rushed away. Now, from first glance, it might seem like, oh, she was being rude. Like, Nia was, and she was being curt, but it was so important at that moment to her that nobody found out who they were. And I think he definitely had a, an idea, because, I mean, everybody already, like, I'm trying to explain this. People from outside of Glipwood who knew of Anira knew Janer, Cal, and Lily's names. So I think that's why when when Janner was taken to the Fork Factory, when Cal was taken, spoiler warning. When Cal was taken, obviously to the Poob Islands, and he's like, "What's your name?" I mean, I've already talked about why Cal said his name is Tink, but one of the reasons is because they know, especially for Janner, he called himself Esben, because there's always that risk that they were looking for the jewels. And exactly. Yeah, Neo was definitely protecting Lily, because even though Armelin is, he cares a lot about. Did I eat dinner? Yeah, I had fettuccine alfredo. So that was really good. I know. Oh my gosh. Don't make me cry. Because if you do, you guys remember in, I think it was season 2, when they're practicing at Esben Flavicle. Where did the last name come from? I'm curious for that. But anyways, do you guys remember that one part in season 2 where Kalmar is standing and Janner's like calls him Tink, and he's like, "And call me Kalmar." He says that to Janner. The referencing, and then we get to season 3 and Cal is about to go into the chamber and he says, "Tink, call me Tink." This is getting too good. This is getting too good. This is getting too good. Because he's literally referencing to when he asked Janner to call him Kalmar. So now he's rebuttaling that and saying, "Just call me Tink." I'm so excited. Anyways, so yes, this is a staple book. Like, you guys have to understand. It's not my favorite. It's definitely not my favorite book in the series, although I love them all almost the same. Y'all don't understand. This, everyone has to read this. It's 9:14 for me right now. It is 9:14. I feel like there's so many time differences. Yeah, same here. Oh my goodness. I know so many people live in England, and that's so crazy to me. Like, I have a horrible British accent, so please just ignore. I sound Australian. Anyways. Yeah, the times are weird everywhere. But yeah, I'm so excited to really finish this and get into book 2. Book 2 makes me sob. Book 2, book 3, book 4, book 1, all of them make me cry. Like, oh my goodness. But especially book 2 and book 4. Bro, we don't even talk about the trauma from the end of book 4. I'm not spoiling anything, but we don't even talk about that. That is the fact that we have to watch the end of book 4 happen on screen. Why am I already crying? We have to watch the end of book 4 happen on screen. I'm gonna cry. There's no way. 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 I can't do that. I can't. I just can't do that. The edits are gonna be awful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We have to watch that happen. I'm not processing it. I'm gonna make so many edits. It's not even funny. But no, I can't watch that happen. Sorry, we're trying to be focusing on book 1 and I just got completely sidetracked. Oh my gosh. I can't watch book 4 happen at the end. I can't. You best believe that when I read the end of book 4 on this live, I'm gonna be sobbing. So every time I read it, I cry. Every time, every time, every time. Because how, like, we have to watch all these sad things. Like, as I continue to read the series, I'm like, we have to watch all these sad things happen on our TVs, on our computers, on our phones. Like, we have to watch that happen. Like, it's already hard enough reading it, but we're getting emotionally attached to the characters on screen, and then we have to watch that. I already have a theory about the ending. I already know that I already believe that they're gonna leave it up to us like they did last time. Because for them to make a definite answer, okay, they're either, see, I'm battling with myself a little bit. I really do believe that they're gonna leave it up and it's gonna be like, it's gonna like cut, or it's gonna be like a post credit scene or something, or it's gonna be like, because you know how it was like in the epilogue? I do think, see, I'm conflicted because I do think that the ending is going to be like everything happens, right? And then it ends and then there's a post credit scene, but the post credit scene is kind of long. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find it. Or it's just going to end with that and I'm going to sob. But I feel like if they give it a definite answer, it's going to like, then people who say the opposite are gonna be told that it's not canon. They can't believe that. So, I'm kind of hoping it's indefinite, but I also want it to be definite so I can get closure. But at the same time, the people who um the people who believe, you know, in the that he comes back, if he doesn't come back, the people who believe he does come back are going to feel like they're not canon and people are going to accuse them of believing something not canon and the opposite effect. So I'm just really hoping that I know they'll do a great job with it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Anyways, no, I just realized that we have to save Rudrick and we have to, you know what I'm most excited for though? The Janner Gregory fight. Oh my gosh, you don't know. You don't know. I am so excited for that. That I am making so many edits on that fight. It better, I was talking about this, but it better be as good as it is in the books. If they try and make it, like if they try and dumb it down, like where it's like, I'm gonna be so freaking mad. That is what I'm looking forward to. Like, it has to be peak. Like, I want the whole thunder crashing in the background. I want literally, like, I want it all. I want the whole package. Hmm. What? Color? Always ask for my color pencils. Well, I took them because I wanted them for my coloring book. Bring them back. Go. Oh, you're so annoying. Sorry. But yeah, I am so excited. The Gregory Janner fight scene. I keep talking about it. It's going to be peak. Oh my goodness. I want the whole Janner, Cal, and Lily hugging in the rain. I need everything. I need it to be, I want to be able to watch the show and imagine 8-year-old me reading the books and reading that fight scene. They need to go out. All the budget needs to go to all the budget needs to go to the fight scene. Yes, I do. Hi. Oh my gosh. I am actually getting anticipated, but we're not going to get that for so long. I saw the Wing for the Saga just posted a video about how everything's going to happen in Banrona and how they're like going to make it like a painting, but also like make it good for all the action scenes. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. They showed like some sneak peek pictures of like everything, and it looks so cool. I am so excited. You guys have to go watch the new video they put out. It was awesome. But yeah, sorry, I just ran and then I don't stop. But yeah, so we are kicking things off. I'm hoping that we can get to book 3 by season 4. I think we definitely will. I think we can probably even get to book 4 by season 4. Although I don't know if it's gonna run up. The Banrona library scene. Yes. Oh my gosh. I've always wanted to go to the Banrona library. Oh well, I'm doing a live reading the books. We are on chapter 17, so we've read quite a bit, but not too much. We're still in the first book, so you're not missing too much. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I've always wanted to go to the Banrona library, like where there's like fruit hanging down and you can walk on the trees and sit in the canopies. If I was Janner, I would get a book and head straight up and walk through the canopy. Like, that would be so cool. Oh, yeah. Ooh. There's so many scenes that are like, we have to watch happen. And like, I kind of wish they kept the jail scene in there where they're like in the jail, but you know. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm also nervous. It makes me so sad when everyone's so mean to Kalmar in the 3rd book. So it makes me sad. But you know, oh my goodness, I am actually so looking forward to it. Not looking forward to watching the ending of the show for various reasons, but you know, everything in between, it's going to be awesome. The show, I think the books are a little bit better, but the show is still really good. We haven't gotten that much of the show. Well, we did see okay, I'll say this. It's getting better the more we go on. So I'm hoping they keep going in the direction they're going right now and keep making it better. The books are better though, but the show is really good. To be fair, the books are always better than the movie show remake. But yeah, so I 10 out of 10 recommend. I will say, if you're going to watch the show, I also would read the books. You don't have to do them at the exact same time or do it whatever order you want, but no, the show is amazing, but the books are just better in my opinion, just because I don't really know. I don't know. But I didn't really like how it started out, like how the show started out, but it's getting so much better as we go on. The animation is improving so much. If you watch season 1, episode 1, and then you watch the most recent episode of season 3, the animation is so good. Like, obviously, it's not like top tier because they don't have like as big of that, like a huge budget, but it's amazing. It's like so good. I'm so happy that they like put in this effort to kind of make a show because it's really gotten me more into the Wing Feather Saga, I think. But yeah, one thing I do have to say, does Sarah look different to you guys in season 3 in terms of animation? Like, she looks simpler. Like, I don't know. I feel like in season 2, she looked. I can't describe it. She just looks different, I feel like. I know. Like, it's getting so. I think as more and more people start to watch it, they're able to, like, broaden their budget and, like, have more stuff. I also. Oh, hi, Manic. I also love how they have Jodie Benson playing Nia. That is an amazing choice. That is literally how I imagine Nia to talk. Like, genuinely, I don't think of anybody else who could have played Nia better. Like, it's so good. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but I keep getting distracted. Anyways, I'm gonna end in a second because obviously we're done. And it's 9:30 already. I've been on this live for an hour already. So when I start ranting, I just rant and rant and rant and rant. I need to calm myself. Now more people are joining when I finish. When I finish, so I feel bad leaving now. But yeah, I love Jodie. She is so good at her role, and it's so crazy that literally the person who played Ariel in The Little Mermaid, like the classic film, is on the Wingfeather Saga team. Like that just blows my mind. Like someone that iconic is playing a role in this not a huge fan base, you know? So, yeah, it's crazy. I love doing these. Hopefully, my chat will just stay on from now on. Do you guys have any more questions you want to, or anything you 7 hours? I'm probably gonna end up doing that sometime. Do you guys have any other questions or things you want to talk about before I end in a few minutes? I'm not rushing anybody, uh, but if you guys have any more things you want to ask, how's school going? It's good. I just changed schools, so kind of trying to get accustomed to it, you know. But I can't really complain. We had pajama day today, so that was fun. I actually only have 2 grades so far. Like I think like an 85 and a 96 or something. Um oh my goodness. How are you guys? I I don't want to end, but I probably should soon cuz what was it called? We probably could have read like 3 more chapters in the time that I was ranting. But yes, the next one is the Journal of Bonifer Gloon. Don't even get me started on Bonifer Gloon or else I'm going to be here for 4 more hours. Oh, she's good. She's doing great. You know, she's still in Noblesville, so I'm here, so I miss her. But yeah. Oh my goodness. I am so tired. I cannot. They're doing good actually. Yeah, everyone's. A lot of my siblings are still in Noblesville. So or back. Not Noblesville. What am I talking about? Yeah. Why am I acting like I just gave my location away? I don't even live there. What am I talking about? Live back where I used to live. Like, I'm acting like I just gave out my location. Bonifer Gloon. If you don't know who Bonifer Gloon is, just pay attention. Oh, well, let's hope not. Anyways, okay, so what was I thinking of? Oh, yeah, I wanted to show you guys before I go. Okay. Show the drawing I've been working on because it's not finished, but you know, I wanted to show the drawing I've been working on so far because I thought it was pretty. I just have the hair done. My brother, if you didn't notice, just took my colored pencils. Anyways, but this is the drawing I've been working on so far. This is the one I want to finish. Okay. It is 9:30. My stuff is everywhere, gang. This is not okay. All right. Do you guys have any other questions about anything? It's a miracle that my chat has stayed on this long. Like this is insane, guys. I know. I love it when my live actually decides to work for once in its life. No, because yesterday the live wouldn't even like the chat thing wouldn't even come on. What's your question? Do I still have Miraculous? No, I don't. No, I don't. Not anymore. Unfortunately, no. Okay, what is your question? Yes, I do. I love all of my fans and people who aren't my fans, but specifically my fans. And I've become such close friends with so many of my fans that it's also just like it's it's like just like friendships that I've also made on here that I think I wouldn't have somewhere else because like the friendships like hype me up and everything and they make me feel like happy and they give me more motivation to post and stuff. So I think it's a lot of fun when people interact, even if it's the same people. Like someone said to me one time, well, like you don't get half as many views as you did when you posted Miraculous. And I'm like, that's true. Like when I posted Miraculous, I had like what, like 800 views average, and now I get like maybe 200, but that's fine with me because now I have more intimate friendships with people than I did did when I posted Miraculous. So I like it. Thank you. I love you guys so much. Yeah, I can stay on for a few more minutes. It's okay if you post Miraculous. It really is though. But yeah, I'm surprised that my chat actually wants to stay on. Why are my AirPods not in? My AirPod is. What? Yeah. Oh, sorry. I had to turn off my sister's feeding pump. Sorry. Chicken wing. But yeah, I love all the friends that I made on here. I was saying when I posted Miraculous, I had a lot of views, but the people who were interacting with me were like not rude, just like not. I'd rather have only a few people on my videos who know me and know what I like than people who just comment or like because it's something they like, if that makes sense. Not that that's a bad thing, just like I'm trying to explain what I mean because when let me give you a visual. When I posted Miraculous, I whenever I would post something besides Miraculous, nobody talked to me. Not the people, like no one would interact with any of my videos, but guess what? When I posted Miraculous, all of the people who followed me when I posted the Wing Feather Saga were still commenting and liking my posts. This isn't saying anything about people who like Miraculous. It's just saying that I now literally only have like I only post the Wing Feather Saga versus when I posted Miraculous, I posted multiple things, like tons of different things. So I think it's just like it's a better motivation for me too. So that's one of the reasons I've left. But yeah, I still am friends with like most of the people who I was friends with when I posted Miraculous, like yeah, like Bugaboo and MP and like a bunch of people. So I think it's just a lot less drama too. Whenever I would post Miraculous, I feel like there was drama over everything. Like I couldn't catch a break. So I just decided, oh, we're matching? Let's go. This is actually my grandpa's. So I just took it anyways. So yeah, but Miraculous will always have a place in my heart for, jump starting my channel and, like really helping me meet more people. And I did like it. I thought it was good, but I don't really have interest for it anymore. And, people can unsubscribe if they don't like it. That's totally fine. It's just what I've decided. I didn't think that the show was going in a right direction either. Too many. It was this one line from Marinette that really made me be like, do I want to keep watching it? And this is gonna sound stupid to so many of you, so hear me out. It was just I'm not trying to hate on the show. It's not about the show even really. But she was talking to her friends who are all girls, and she's like, what do you guys do for your boyfriends or girlfriends? And I just was like, what am I like I should not be. I feel like it's kind of hypocritical for me to be like, no, I don't support LGBTQ, but then dedicate my entire channel to posting, LGBTQ stuff. So, and it's just a personal preference. Like, I I feel like it was making me bitter, and like it was making me like I don't know, not who I actually am. And so I decided to post something that I actually have wholesome interest for. Because it's also harder to post like not good stuff. Like, you know, yeah, a lot of shows are getting woke, and I'm hoping that the Wing Feather Saga isn't one of those shows. I think the Wing Feather Saga, the show is, I don't think it's going to get woke at all. it's less traditional than the books, I say, when it comes to the girls in the books versus in the shows, which is not even necessarily a bad thing. It's just different. Like, um, oh, you haven't watched it in a it's it's not bad. The whole idea of it is really cool where you have these superheroes who have these magic jewels. It's really cool. But it used to be good. I'm saying right now that if Miraculous had stayed relatively the same ideological stance that it did in 2016, I would probably still be liking Miraculous. But it's the fact that it has to be the one episode is literally called The Ruler. Ladybug straightens one out because his mom didn't like him being gay. And it's just like, why do we need an entire episode dedicated to Nathaniel being gay? Like, it just was too much. But, I don't shame anybody who likes it. Like, it's okay. Like, you guys don't have to feel guilty. It's just not something I'm doing at the moment. Plus, I like the Wing Feather Saga better. I think the Wing Feather Saga teaches better values, better morals, and even though Marinette was forced to lie and she didn't have a choice, still kind of presenting lying as something that is necessary is not the best route to go, if you know what I'm saying. So that's all. But everybody sees it differently. So this is not an attack. But yeah. So, oh my goodness. So, oh, speaking of Ariel, I have my Ariel wallet right here. And I was just talking about Jodie Benson. Yeah, that is who Jodie Benson plays. And now she's also playing Nia. So that is so cool. Anyways, I could show you guys, what did I show you? Oh my gosh, I've showed you guys this so many times, but so oh yeah, I heard new episodes were coming out, so that should be fun. Most okay. So when at at this moment, I think ew. Huh, that is disgusting. I'm not looking forward to that. Like, whew. Yeah, I agree. They're trying to appeal more to liberals necessarily, not even just liberals, but just they want to appear as inclusive as possible and they they're willing to go as far as they will just to be more inclusive. And I think they should be focusing more on the storyline because believe it or not, you're more inclusive without trying most of the time. If you just let the story progress, it's kind of like Disney. When Disney wasn't trying so hard to be inclusive, then the movies they were producing were amazing. But this is my Warden and the Wolf King book. I wanted to show you guys because um this thing has been through it. When I tell you I've read this book so many times, this and the third book are my favorites. Like, genuinely, this and the third book are top tier. So I like all of them, but as I always say, genuinely, I don't know why. Son, don't ask me why I felt the need to put bows on Janner and Kelmer and Lily. Just like we love the kawaii Hello Kitty stickers on this on this horribly sad book. This like depressing book, and then I just put a bunch of like kawaii stickers on it. I'm sending. Anyways, and the inside. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I got these in a sticker pack, and I wanted to. There's so many chapters in this. Oh my gosh. Holy, did you? All of that was. Do you see all that flipping I did? That was just looking through the chapters. Okay. I know. Literally, I made them prep. They're so sad that they needed some joy in their life. Like they needed to feel some joy. So I decided to give them those. Like, Like they just needed it, you know. This book is highlighted and annotated the most. So in here, I have about 100 annotations, but I'm not going to show you guys all of them. That would probably take all night. But let me show you some. And I have them dated. So I have some dated from like 2018. It's really funny. Wait, I gotta find it. Okay, so here's a lot. These ones aren't dated. It's more like the specific paragraphs that I actually have. So many, bro. Holy. Yeah, this is also, that's the blind plopped episode. Why is there a bookmark in There's two bookmarks in here. Am I shocked? Absolutely not. I'll put those back. I might be using them for something. I want to find the dated ones where it's like dated when I added them. There's a picture of Gammon for your guys' enjoyment. I know, Jan, man. Elite ball knowledge. See, this is why. It might even be in the third book, though. So. I'm finding it. Oh, now I'm just to the end. Amazing. The end is highlighted a lot. Epilogue. At the dawn the next morning, Kamar lit a torch in the castle cellar. Oh, yes. Um, I love how it ended like this. If you know, you know. Anyways. The adoption scene. Oh, yes. The real ones know what's highlighted here. Don't read it unless you, if you don't want to spoil. So, yeah, we don't talk about that. So, we're not gonna talk about that. This is my favorite cover of all the books. This cover is literally peak. I love how every book has a picture of each of the kids, and then this one has all of them. Like, they're so cute. I love them. There's a non-kawaiified version on the back too, so they're so cute. I love them all. Anyways, oh my gosh, this live has been on for an hour and 3 minutes. This is the longest live I've ever done. I'm gonna go put this back in its home where it's safe and away from my siblings. Okay. I love adding bows to them. Like, I feel like genuinely I got a when I get more kawaii stickers, you best believe I'm putting one on each one of the books. Janner's getting one on book 1. Calmer's getting one on book 2. Lily's getting one on book 3. They have to have happy. They have to be happy because they're all sad in all of their covers. Especially Kalmar. He needs that joy inside of him. It'll make him turn to the light. Sometimes I just want to die sometimes. I'm going to do it. I promise. I ordered a package from Amazon. It should be coming tomorrow. If someone can guess what it is, it has to do with the Winged Feather Saga. So I am excited. It has to be coming tomorrow. Should I do an unboxing? I mean, unpacking. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah, so I have a package coming tomorrow. It's the Winged Feather Saga. And is it a book? I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. It better come tomorrow. If it doesn't come tomorrow, I swear. I've been literally anxiously waiting. I think I'm gonna make a poll. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a poll where it's like, guess which one of these I got, and then people can vote on which one they think it is. And then we get to see when I unbox it, either tomorrow or whenever it gets here. That will be so fun. So I'm gonna make a poll. I don't know. I'm waiting. I need it to come as fast as possible. It's a surprise. You guys can't. I'm not giving any secrets. I'm horrible at lying. So I it's a surprise. I promise. It's so cool. I've been wanting this since my entire career being a featherhead. I've wanted this, and it's finally come. I finally ordered it with my money that I should probably be spending on other stuff. But oh well. Do I need this thing? Absolutely not. But I bought it anyway. Do you know what I really want though? I want that map blanket, the Wing Feather Saga blanket that has the map on it. I want that so bad. But the thing is, they're like $90. Y'all, I know you gotta get PR, but lower the prices. Like, I would buy a blanket if it was even $50, but 90 is a little bit expensive for a blanket. I also need Angel. If you guys didn't know, I don't even have Angel. I don't have Angel. And it makes me cry because if I don't get Angel by season 4 coming out, because my parents don't want to pay for any more streaming services. So I've been applying to like Chick-fil-A and stuff and a bunch of places because I'm 15 now. So I've been applying to a bunch of places so I can get a job so I can afford Angel because I need Angel. But I literally just watch the ones on YouTube, the ones they post. So, oh my goodness, Angel's expensive. And my mom was like, "You're only gonna watch one thing on there." I was like, "No, there's other stuff." And I was like, "We can watch The Chosen on there." She was like, "We already own the whole Chosen set. We've already seen the whole Chosen." They are filming the crucifixion scene, so for The Chosen. So I'm excited and sad to be watching that. But my family owns it on Prime Video. Oh my goodness. I guess we'll have to find out. Who guessed that? I don't have a job. Oh my gosh, real. It's so hard to get hired nowadays. I can't do it. Okay. Somebody like one of you guys might have guessed it in one of your previous guesses. I haven't looked at all of them. I think it's a chair. You're so right. I ordered a Wing Feather Saga chair. That's what I ordered. Yep. It is a chair about the Wing Feather. What would that even look like? Like decorated of the Wing Feather Saga? I have no idea, honestly. Yeah, that. Okay. I want a season 3 poster of the Wing Feather Saga. And I'm gonna put Hello Kitty bows on all of them when I put it in my room. I haven't put any decorations up in my room. Do you guys remember my old room? It was like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. Wait, I can find a picture of it. I can find a picture. Wait. Okay, I got TMITH, and I think I can find it. Okay. Oh, did I slip? Nope, that's Sarah Cobbler. You guys, don't do this to me. I think I'm too. Okay. Guys, don't leave. I'm gonna find it. I promise. How am I all the way already to when Calmer's getting when Calmer's doing things that sounds wrong. When Calmer's eating animals. Hold on. I just realized I can just look it up in the front of the book. Okay. Council in the Key. Turley. Page 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. 60 or 70. I found it. This chair. This chair. I need that in my house. If I could get this chair, I think I would probably be complete. It looks so cool. Look at my baby. My baby. Anyways. Fun. I love Nia. Okay, and put this back. Okay. When I was 7, I drew art from the books, the Wing Feather Saga, and I drew all of the characters. I wish I still had them. I wish I still had the art. I drew Janice, Lily, Kalmar. Oh my gosh, who else? Nia, Poto, Esbin. I drew everyone, and then I just don't have it anymore. My mom probably threw it away because she doesn't like too many clusters of stuff. So, but yes, I really want Wing Feather Saga stickers. I saw them on their website and they're like $7.99, but I don't know exactly how many you get. But I can put them on my computer. Like, I have 2 computers at the moment, my MacBook and then my school computer. I feel like I could put some on my school computer because this computer is full of stickers already. Oh my goodness. I drew so much fan art from. It was probably awful. Like, it was probably horrible, but I still did it. So, fucking floor. My goodness. I was painting the scene when Lily and Poto were walking out of the hall. Painting the scene when Lily and Poto. Wait, which one is that? When Lily and Poto are walking out of the hall. I feel like I'm. The book cover for book 4. I need to paint that. That would be the most beautiful painting ever. But which part are you talking about where Lily and Poto are walking out of the hall? Hi. What is up, guys? Those look like little wolf ears. Night. Those look like little wolf ears. What was I thinking of too? Wait. Yes, but I love this coloring book. Anyways, it's in book 3. Wait, is that? Oh. Are you talking about when? Which part? There's one I'm thinking of. Oh my gosh, there's one I'm thinking of when the war is happening. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm just, oof. Oh, that is so cute. It's Cal's ears. Oh my gosh. And I put my phone on low battery. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I love Wolf Cal. I think he does such a good job at like keeping his emotions in balance. Like obviously he doesn't do it fully, but like he does such a good job in not letting the kids rage bait him as bad. Like, yeah, he gets mad, but at the same time, if I was him, I would attack. Like, I genuinely don't think I'd be able to restrain myself. So Gregory Bunch is genuinely so annoying. Like, if he went to my school, I would probably bully. What is that? What in the world? How'd you do that? Whoa. It's gotta be like face emoji or something. I, okay, so my package better come when I be what better be here when I come home from school for school to, from my package better be home when I come home from school tomorrow. Hooky? No, I don't. Wait, Hooky, Hooky. Yes, I have. Why do I look so run through? What the heck? Holy. Like chopped. Anyways, Hooky. I know that's the one with the witches, right? The cartoon thing. Yes, I've heard of it. I don't. I've never read it though, and I don't go on Webtoon. I don't think I've ever been on Webtoon actually. It's about witches or something, so I probably wouldn't read it. But I think I've seen it in Target actually, and at a book and at my school's book fair. So. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been online for this long. It's almost 10 o'clock. Like, what have I been doing? Okay. I'm honestly shocked my chat has stayed on this long. Like, has to be a record. Okay. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, do you guys have any questions? I don't know. I love answering questions. I'm sorry. I just do. It could be about the Wing Feather Saga or not. Doesn't have to be. Either way. I've been just like thank you. People keep coming and going. I have to go to school tomorrow. Wait, is it still snowing? I might have a 2 hour delay. It's still snowing. It's still snowing, so I might have a 2 hour delay. But this balloon I got for my birthday. It's still not deflated, and my birthday was on the 20th. Favorite book besides the Wing Feather Saga? That is definitely that is definitely going to be Narnia. Narnia for sure. Why will my phone stay up? I love Narnia. Do I have any show recommendations? Besides the Wing Feather Saga, what else do I watch? Whoa. Hang on. I have to watch more than the Wing Feather. I'm sorry, give me a second. I'm thinking. Whoa. Oh! Oh my gosh. I love I love Narnia. Anyways, I'm trying to think of not book, sorry, show recommendations. I watch other shows. Why are none coming to my mind? I think I've gotten so used to recommending the Wing Feather Saga to people that when people ask me other recommendations, I'm like, huh? Okay, something I'm thinking of. The Chosen. The Chosen. I love that show. That is a great show. The Chosen. What other show? Oh, Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson. The Chosen is on Prime Video. Percy Jackson is on Disney Plus. But yes, I love Narnia. I read it quite a few times, and my family watches the movies all the time. My favorite movie is Prince Caspian. I like The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, but I don't like it as much because Susan and Peter aren't there. So I'm like, the whole time I'm like, my favorite song. Oh my goodness, what is my favorite song? Let me look on Apple Music because I have some saved, but I'm not really sure. Oh, Lord of the Rings. I also like Lord of the Rings. Okay, I'm gonna look at my Apple Music and see what I listen to. Apple Music, Apple Music. Hello, baby, hello, heart, dark and the deep. Okay, what is on here? I like this song, Landslide. Landslide. I like that song. Box of Rain by Grateful Dead, and then Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, and Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. Susan Peter, Lucy, Emin are incredible. They are, for real. Eustace is so annoying in the first half of the movie, but I love his character arc. Oh, this one? Or probably this one. Thank you. I just got it. It's my birthstone. So my grandma got it for me for my birthday. But oh my gosh. YouTube is so annoying. When it kept kicking me out of this channel, it was literally telling me, it was like, you have violated community guidelines. I literally did nothing wrong. Oh, I can't say that. They're probably gonna kick me off my channel for saying that. It's like they're like watching me, waiting for me to say something bad about them. I feel like I can't talk about YouTube or else they're gonna be like, get out. Okay. All right. I recommend for songs, I said this already. I like Radiohead. I like Tom Petty. I like Grateful Dead. I like Fleetwood Mac. Oh my gosh, yes, Eustace is so funny. I also like the Greatest Showman music. Although I get tired of it sometimes, but I really like the Greatest Showman music. Um, Lent is almost here. I'm cooked. Lent is almost here, and I have so much. When does Lent start? When is Ash Wednesday? I have no idea. Any Catholics know when Ash Wednesday starts, or when it is? I'm gonna look it up. Ash, Ash. Hold on. When is Ash Wednesday? Oh, February 18th. So we got a while actually. But that's when Lent starts. Lent is the time of fasting and praying before Easter. So we don't eat meat on Fridays, and during Lent it's 40 days, and then you give up something. So thank you. Well, I can show you my stickers. My stickers on my MacBook are yeah, but we give up something. I'm giving up sweets. So for the whole 40 days from February to whatever Easter is, like April, March, I don't eat any sweets. Janner's birthday is almost here. Not really. His birthday is the March 14th. So not that soon. Okay, so we have a lot of pro-life stickers. This one is just says love all life, born and unborn. This one says choose life. This says justice for the preborn. Then we have a little Hello Kitty sticker. We have a Eucharist sticker that says the Eucharist is the sacrament of love. And then this sticker says live truth, live Catholic. And then my other computer has different stickers, but yeah. I'm kind of a Catholic nerd, so please understand. Wait, I can show you guys. No, actually, because blah blah blah. What was I gonna do? Oh, I just got new hair accessories from the mall because I'm gonna show you. I need to put my laundry away. I just got new hair accessories from Mini So. When you come out the freaking bottle. Let me show you. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I got a lot of them at the National Catholic Youth Conference. So yeah, I got these hair. This one is like a little hair tie, so it's super stretchy too. So I like this one. It's like a little hair tie. And then it came with these two barrettes that I thought were so cute. Like I feel like I can oh my gosh. I feel like I can style these a lot of ways, but like yeah, my hair is really not great right now, so but like obviously I'm not going to wear it like that, but I was just trying it out for my hair because I think they're really cute. Oh, this is I tied my scapular around my wrist because the outfit I was wearing, I didn't want it to show. So I basically have to wear this at all times, and I forgot that it was on my wrist. I was gonna put it back on my shirt in my shirt. So it, sometimes this thing gets in the way like crazy. Like if I'm wearing an outfit where like right here, like if you guys saw the shirt I was wearing today, it was like a white one. I did some videos in it. The brown strings like cut right through here, so it ruins my outfit. So I tie it around my wrist. But I'm taking all my jewelry out for the night. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, I love this. Like, if you have been a fan of my channel for a long time, my old house, my whole room was Hello Kitty. Like, everything was Hello Kitty. But I haven't put any of my decorations up now. Oh, the scapular? Yeah, I just have to wear it, but I can wear it like on my wrist or I can put it in my pocket. So it just has to be on me in some way. So I like it. But yeah, I'm really excited to start hanging up some of my Hello Kitty stuff around my room. I have some of my stuff, but yeah. I don't know if I should wear, well, tomorrow's a spirit wear day for my school. So I'll wear these on a day I wear my uniform probably. Okie dokie. Well, this was so much fun. Any closing questions before I end the live? Because I should probably hang up now. Ooh, that was fun. We probably could have finished book one in the time that I've been on this live. I bet we could have finished book one. Genuinely. At least gotten all the way, like almost all the way through. But that's okay. I like talking too. It has almost been an hour and 30 minutes. So do I sleep late? Ooh. I guess it depends on what you consider late. I go to bed at about, what time do I go to bed? 12? Maybe 11? Depends on how tired I am, really. Okay, favorite thing. Oh, oops. Favorite thing about the Wing Feather Saga? Everything, but I really love the theme of hope, how no matter how despairing things are and like no matter how hard everything gets to just keep on going. I love that theme of it. And the characters are so likable, and probably my favorite thing is the family bond. How, if you look at siblings today and you look how siblings interact, they're mean to each other. And not mean in the way where it's like, you tease each other, because Jane or Cal and Lily do too. But like genuinely mean to each other when I see like other siblings interact today. So I think the character arcs are beautiful. And I think the way that the boys interact with each other, the way each of them interact with Lily, it's kind of like that trio that isn't a duo in a trio. And it makes me upset when people say, "Oh, there's a duo in Janner and Cal are a duo in in their trio with Lily," and it makes me sit there and be like, "No," because that's what I like about them. Because obviously, Janner and Calmer have a different bond because they're brothers. They're gonna have a different bond than they do with Lily, but that doesn't mean that it's a better bond. It's just different. Obviously, Janner and Cal is my favorite bond in the books, in the show, but they are a trio. They all love each other equally, just in different ways, and I think it's beautiful. Okay, what's the other question? Have I ever seen the Kingdom of Heaven movie? Wait. Why am I thinking of Miracles from Heaven? I don't think I have. What's it about? Because I'll look it up. It's called Kingdom of Heaven, but maybe I've seen it. I'm trying to do with my OCs. There are 4 main ones. Oh yeah, it's so hard when you're making characters and then you're like, wait a second. Why does it seem like these two like each other more? I totally get that. It's so difficult. Okay. Favorite Narnia character? Oh my goodness. Peter. Peter is my favorite, I'd say. Kingdom of Heaven. I like Edmund in the second movie. He always made me mad in the first movie. I don't know why. But in the books, In the books, mm, in the books, Edmund and Lucy and Susan, all of them, but Peter's probably my favorite. Do you notice that in Narnia, they in the books they're so young, and then in the movies they're it's like I am in the books, Peter is 13, and in the movies he's like he looks like he's like 16 years old. I'm like, whoa, that was insane. It's Kingdom of Heaven. Let me take a gander. Oh, I've heard about this, but I haven't seen it. Mm. It looks good. Oh my gosh. Stop. Don't make me cry, Borat. Oh, that Turkish delight, man. Okay. That movie looks really cool. Okay. A funny story. After we watched I hate the Miraculous movie, oh my gosh. But anyways, the oh yeah. It's funny because after we watched the first Narnia movie, my mom got us all Turkish delight to try, and it looks so good when Edmund is eating it. It looks delicious. And then it was disgusting. It was not good. It was awful. If you never, I don't mean that in a rude way, by the way. It was basically, to me, it was like a Lady Noir fan movie, but oh my gosh. Turkish delight is so bad. If you've never had Turkish delight, you're not missing out. It tastes awful. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I sound hateful right now, but it just was not good. Like, Turkish delight is just not good. Okay. I'm going to end the live now because it's 10 o'clock. I should probably go to bed. But thank you guys so much for watching this long live, 91 minutes, 92 minutes. So this is amazing. I will be back to do another live tomorrow. Might not be as long. We'll see. Tomorrow is Friday though. We'll see. Um, really? Maybe I just got a bad one. That could also be a possibility. Maybe it was just bad. But yeah. It was fun trying it though, because I really felt like Edmund. I was like, am I gonna get addicted to this Turkish delight? And like, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other questions, type them in the post about this live, and I'll heart them and respond to them. Bye. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my live tomorrow to read 2 or 3 or 4 chapters of this book and answer any more questions. Bye. Thank you.